Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now today I've got another bike from Rinkmo called the S3. It too is off to a good start on Amazon with 62 reviews with a 4.5 star rating. Now there's a ton of competition for electric mountain bikes under $1,000 on and off Amazon. The ones I reviewed and will be comparing the S3 to are the Cybertrack 100 from Atako with an overall score of 7 out of 10, and the Fat Tire e-bike from Ecotric with an overall rating also of 7. In the review, I'll test how fast the S3 goes on all 5 speed modes, how long it takes to get there, what you can expect for range on and off-road, and how well it climbs hills. I'll also give you my take on comfort, durability, and overall feel. So let's get to it with a speed test. The S3 has a 250 watt brushless hub motor in the rear wheel, powered by a 36 volt 10 amp hour battery that can be removed and charged on the go, which takes 46 hours to do so. The bike is rated up to 20 miles per hour, so let's see if I can hit that on this flat dirt road. Gonna find out how fast the S3 can go. I've got 4 out of 5 battery bars. Speed app is open, speed mode 1. Let's see what we get. I hit 8 miles per hour on speed 1, 11 on speed 2, 14 for speed 3, 17 on speed 4, and 22 for speed 5. Here's a comparison of speed modes 1, 3, and 5. A top speed of 22 miles per hour makes the S3 the fastest of all 3 brands by at least 2 to 3 miles per hour. For this next test, I was curious to see which had the fastest acceleration, pedal assist level 5 or straight throttle. In my experience, straight throttle tends to outperform pedal assist as far as speed, but not for the S3. On pedal assist level 5, I hit 22 miles per hour in just under 22 seconds, while it took 27 seconds for straight throttle. There's very little delay in the pedal assist, where with the throttle, it takes about a half of a second to get up and go. Here's a comparison of pedal assist level 5 to straight throttle. And here's a difference in pedal assist level 1, 3, and 5. Now the half twist throttle won't work in unison with pedal assist. You need to set it to 0 before you're able to use it. So as far as acceleration, the S3 was right on par with the other brands, reaching the top speed in about 2 blocks. This is the range test. I have a full battery. I've got my app open. The trail I'm headed on is one of the flattest trails in the area. I'm on pedal assist level 5. Let's see what we get. Here's a rundown of the change in average speed as the battery drained and how far I got on each battery bar. Averaging about 21 miles an hour with the full battery on the flats and slight uphill. So that first battery bar is already gone. It goes very, very fast. I only have less than a half a mile so far on the trip. I'm down 2 battery bars and I've gone 4.5 miles. I probably have about 2.5 battery bars gone, and I've been averaging 19 miles per hour. So it has lowered down a couple miles per hour from a full battery. I've lost 3 battery bars and just passed 10 miles. Okay, I'm down 4 battery bars and I just passed 15.82 miles. I probably have around 15% battery life. And this is a slight uphill I'm on right now, and I'm averaging 18 miles an hour. So you lose 3 miles per hour from a full battery to almost empty. The last battery bar just started blinking, and right when it did, I could tell a substantial decrease in power. It's like a switch turns off as soon as that battery bar started blinking. For the flat trail range test, I hit 20.45 miles with an hour and a half ride time. That makes the S3 the best for range in this class so far. I charged up the battery and decided to do another range test, this time heading up the canyon for an elevation increase of over 1,000 feet. I was curious to see how much the range would change on hilly terrain. Okay, I made it. Let's see. The battery bar isn't blinking yet. It's just a solid 1 bar left. 7.55 miles. It took 4.5 out of the 5 battery bars to go 7.5 miles all uphill. I should be able to make it back home with half of a battery bar, because it really is all the way downhill. Now coming down the canyon is always a good time. There were spots I could have hit 40 miles per hour if I wanted. The bike does coast very well. I eventually made it back on half a battery bar for a total trip of 16.67 miles, about 4 miles less than before. So that gives you some idea of how hills will affect range. Weight and speed mode will also come into play. I'm 190 pounds and had it on the highest pedal assist level for both tests. The bike is rated to carry 260 pounds and has a range rating of 38 miles on the lowest pedal assist level. This is the no power test, going up a small little hill.
kind of the middle of the gears right now, averaging 10 miles an hour. Pretty flat part of the trail. Okay, so we got like a 6-7% hill just starting up right now. I'm in the easiest gear. It's making it up easier than I thought it was going to.
I classify the S3 as an off-road bike because of the 26 by 1.95 inch off-road tires. Now they're definitely not the beefiest tires out there, and they feel and look pretty cheap, but since they are off-road, I decided to do another range test on some green rated trails and got just over 11 miles. Now the last battery bar wasn't blinking when I ended the ride. I felt I could have got another 1 or 2 miles, and that test was done on pedal assist level 3. Hills are usually a big challenge for cheaper e-bikes, so let's see what we get with the S3 on a 20% hill that's about 3 blocks long.
This is a huge hill close by where I live. It's like 2, maybe 3 blocks long. Put on the lowest gear. The bike's only rated up to 15%, so we'll see if it can make it. I'm down to 4 battery bars as well. Oh, I'm starting to get a pretty good burn. It's giving me just enough to get up this thing, but I'm working quite a bit. Probably doing about 60-70% of the work. Picking up speed. Listen to that motor. It's not liking that one bit. Okay. 8 and we're to the top.
You definitely have to put more work in for hills than the other brands in this category. The S3 comes with front and rear disc brakes that weren't my favorite. They have good stopping power, but they do squeak and pulsate. Here's a comparison of the stopping distance on speed modes 1, 3, and 5. I stopped in 24 feet on this flat dirt road on pedal assist level 5, which is an average stopping distance compared to its competitors. The 51-pound 6061 aluminum frame is one of the lighter frames in this range, and felt a little small for my 5'11 frame. There is more rattling than I like to hear, especially when heading off-road. Other than that, it felt pretty solid. The handlebars are a good length for the frame. I felt I had good control. The grips are cheaper feeling rubber and weren't too bad for longer trips. They were fairly comfortable. The 21-speed Shimano system is something you'd expect for a cheaper bike. The levers feel pretty cheap, but the gears do cycle quick and easy. The seat is one of the harder seats I've been on. I suggest picking up a seat cover for longer rides. The spring suspension isn't anything to brag about. I ended my off-road range test early because I couldn't handle the shaking, and I was on a green rated trail without a lot of rocks. The LED display is very basic with an on-off button and plus and minus to change the pedal assist level. Hold down the minus button to activate walk assist mode. There's also an electric horn, front and rear lights, a 1-year warranty, and the bike will shut off automatically if left unattended for 10 minutes. Overall, the S3 is the fastest bike of the 3 brands with a top speed of 23 miles per hour. It reaches that speed in about 2 city blocks or 21 seconds. It had the highest range rating on flat terrain of over 20 miles. It's not the best for hills. You do need to help it out a lot for anything over 10%. It's hard for me to recommend this for off-road riding because it is very bumpy, but for taking this to work or on a joyride around the city, that's where the S3 performs the best. So that wraps up the review. Hopefully you liked it and found it helpful. If you did, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe for the latest in bike, board, and scooter reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.